Hey guys, it's Sandy of the Kosher Tomato here. Today I'm going to show you how to chop an onion. So first things first, whenever you're chopping anything, you should make sure that you have something underneath your cutting board, which is basically a wet paper towel or just something that's going to keep that in place. You want to make sure that safety is number one, because if you're more safe, then you're more confident because you know you can get the job done without whacking a finger, let's be honest. So same thing goes for anything that's like round or cylindrical. You don't want it running all over your cutting board. So one thing I like to remember with the onions is that you've got this funky little thing at the top that looks like hair or roots, and roots hold down a tree. So we want to hold down the onion pieces. So that's how I always remember to keep that on. You want to hold down the onion. So I'm going to chop off a piece of the bottom, which is the stem. And it's nice to have a little receptacle of garbage, so you keep your, your work surface nice and clean. Now you're going to go through that root and make a slit, just like so. And that way you can easily peel the onion, working backwards and kind of peeling up and down. So when you get to the root, you can just kind of pop it off like that. Okay, sometimes you'll find that depending on the onion you're working with, it might have like some slippery skin, or just something that won't make it easy for you to cut. Just take it off. All right, so I should point out that I was taught to actually make slits horizontally, turn it towards myself, make slits vertically, and then turn it back again and make my other small dices, or large or medium. But what I found over the years is that it's not really that necessary, because the onion actually has layers naturally, so it kind of does the work for you. So this is what I do. I hold my knife like so. My index finger is wrapped around the blade. I've got sort of like a claw. You might have heard that term before. But the main goal here is not that you're like this. Don't over exaggerate it. You just kind of want to make sure that the knife is always going to rest between here and here. That's key. All right, so at the bottom part of the onion where it hits the board, you want to make sure that you use the tip of your knife, but you can't go all the way to the root because that would be kind of awkward. So what I do is I make a slit and I drag it towards myself. And as I go up the onion, I go a little further back, but I make sure not to cut all the way through. Now, obviously, the wider I make this, the wider my cut is going to be at the end. So you just kind of have to determine that at the end. Or sorry, at the beginning. Okay, now at this point, you see it keeps it nice and neat. Then, I've noticed a lot of people always focusing on the, up and in, or rather the rocking motion that I call up and in, because to me it looks like you're going up and then in, right? But there's a ton of other methods too, which is like just up and down. There's also a backwards, but that's for another video. Basically, it kind of, to me, depends on how tall your item is. So if you're too tall, this is awkward, right? So you just kind of want to make it comfortable for yourself. And here, for me, it's this. Notice as I do this, this hand walks back. Now, if this gets too tall or that's kind of crowding my space, do that. Then you can knock this down and you can cut as close to that root as you want so that you don't waste it. And there you have it. That's how it's done. I'll show you one more time. Just watch my hand movements here. See, always here, no matter if I'm using all my fingers or just one finger. Speed will come over time. Oh, sometimes that happens. That's all right. See, I'm trying to get fancy and look what happens. No big deal. Put it back together. And that's how you do it. So that's the basics. I hope that helped you. Obviously, it works on any type of onion, including shallots. If you have any questions, you can always reach me at The Kosher Tomato anywhere on social, or email me, sandy@thekoshertomato.com. But if you liked it, let me know, and if it was helpful, share it with someone. And I hope to see you in the next video. Bye-bye.